Welcome back to the podcast, guys, where today we have another special guest introducing Mickiah. We're going to snap? You want to clap? We can do anything you want.
The best part is I can't snap. I've never learned how.
All right, let's clap, because that's weak. That's weak. That's really weak. That's a sad thing.
I know.
Opening straight up to that. Oh,
right.
man. Anyways, so today we're going to be talking about relationships, because he's in one right now. I am still single. Hi. So, talking. I'm not going to say that. Anyways, and then also we're going to be talking about phones and like relationships. It's all going to intertwine. You guys will see on today's episode of Timeless. Just did that for the first time. Felt really cool. All right, let's roll the intro music. How do you want to do this? Should we whip? Dab? What do you want to do?
Yo.
1, 2, 3. Okay, welcome back. Mickiah, this is your first time on a podcast. How are you feeling?
I feel like really vulnerable.
Do you? That's Natasha felt like that too.
Yeah.
My first guest,
Makes sense, honestly.
Yeah.
Because
This isn't, like, look at this space. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
They can't see
I mean,
the
thing
hiddiness of it, but it is beautiful.
You've done a really good job with it, though. Because
Thank you. That's a compliment. I appreciate that because it is nice. I think it came along pretty well. But let's go straight into today about relationships. Huh? So you are in one.
Yeah.
With
Riley Garrett, who's amazing, and I love her. Yeah. Boom.
That was too sweet.
Yeah.
Too sweet. So how do you think? Okay, well, let's start off. Where'd you guys meet?
Okay, so in 7th grade, we were like kind of going back and forth through churches because that's one thing we did do in Oregon was we went to church all the time.
Yeah.
And we ended up finding a church, Lake City, and so we started going there, and I slowly got like made friends and stuff like you do.
Like you do. Yes.
And so then there was a first winter camp, and it was winter camp.
Okay.
And I was like, hey,
girl.
hey. No, I was like, hey, why not try something new or whatever? Because I'd never been to a camp or whatever, and like I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And so I ended up going, and I had an amazing time. I was able to like create really good relationships with the friends I already had, and I also met Riley, and we spent some time there. We got to talk a lot. Found out like home lives are pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
Like relationships with parents are pretty similar, and so that was kind of cool.
So let me ask you this then: because now that you're dating her, in the very beginning, did you think that she liked you?
I was like, that she liked me?
Yeah, like do you think she was out of your league?
Oh, 100%.
Really?
In my friends right now, 100%.
They agree. They agree. That's funny.
They're like, how are you?
Yeah, because like the very start of something is the hardest part, at least for me, anyways.
No, yeah.
And I think it is, and so that's just funny because I don't know how. I mean, you guys, because you met at I've never really been to camp.
Dude, honestly, it's like one of the craziest things ever.
Really?
Yeah, because like I didn't really like. Obviously, I knew there was something there. It was It was almost like. Never mind, I actually don't know what that is called. No, but it was like I knew that there was something that I can believe in, or like something that is there, but I didn't know what it was quite yet.
Okay.
And
so you were exploring that.
Yeah. And so I get to camp, and one thing that we did is like at the very last day, we had every single pastor or somebody who like leading there go up to the front, and you get to choose who you wanted to go talk to / pray, like pretty much just gush everything that
Wait, with like a person?
Yeah.
Like you could do it to Riley?
No, like a leader.
Oh,
like,
it'd be like okay.
Can't do that. No,
I thought you meant like you picked that's how you made.
No. So I ended up going to my youth pastor, and I kind of explained everything that was going on in my life, and that was like big step for me because I didn't know anybody like that well.
Yeah.
Still. And so And I felt like I kind of briefly gave him some things. Mm-hmm. And when he started praying for me or whatever, it just, like, he covered everything. Like, details. And so I'm like,
Oh, like
details. Like, I didn't tell him the details, but he gave me details.
Interesting.
And I was like, oof, that's pretty cool. And then here comes the Riley part, though. So every year when we go to camp, there's a fireplace upstairs in the cafeteria. And, so every year, after we do this certain thing, because we do it every year, we go and pray with our leaders or whatever. We go upstairs and we talk about what we prayed about.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I found out that me and her are super similar in like very many ways.
So you guys shared that experience of both, basically your lifestyles, and beliefs were the same, and that's what brought you guys closer. So now she doesn't go to the same school as you. Do you think that's in a relationship? Do you think that's better?
Honestly, like, it depends on the point. Like, you look at it. I mean, I see it like, dang. I mean, I really like her.
Yes,
I wish I could see her every day.
Okay.
But at the same time, us not going to the same school, us not seeing each other every single day, makes the time that we have together way better. Like, way more special.
I agree with that. And the other thing that I want to bring to light, too, is when they go to the same school, I don't know, I've always kind of thought this, is that it brings up, like, drama.
It does bring drama, and also, like, I feel like it, like, I dated another girl freshman year, but, like, it, like, pulled me away from my friends. Like,
it does.
Us going to different schools makes it so we can still have the same friends, but still be able to...
And then you guys meet up, like, yeah. So, I feel like, in this situation, that, not that I'm against people that dated the same school, but, like, in a sense, it might be easier because people might feel pressured to, like, oh, I have to go meet my girlfriend after class, or like, you know what I mean, or like kissing in the halls, or like hugging in the halls. Like, I can tell. You walk past like a freshman couple or a sophomore couple even, and they hug, and people are looking at them, and they're just like,
it's like a senior and a freshman. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and then like it's just funny how you can see like the difference between those two, and so I thought that was kind of funny.
It's like,
but so like different schools. I don't know. And you're right. It cherishes the time that you guys have together. Yeah. How often do you guys hang out out of school? Well, you don't go. Never mind.
Yeah. It honestly depends on the week because we both work, obviously, and I was playing baseball, but
not anymore.
And so we hang out Wednesdays because that's when youth group is.
Okay.
We hang out.
So that's nice. You guys have like a designated day too.
Yeah. We see each other on Sunday, but we don't really hang out Sundays because we just see each other at church.
Okay.
But we usually have like either a Saturday or like a day of the week where we literally set time away from everything. Mm-hmm. Like this next Saturday, she's gonna come over for dinner with my parents. We're gonna watch a movie.
Nice.
So, yeah. We're not going to watch the same kind of movie we did last time because that sucked.
What'd you watch last time?
We watched Hereditary, which was like... I'm like okay with scary movies and stuff, but like, that was bad. That was really bad.
I haven't seen Hereditary.
Don't watch it.
Okay. That's funny. And so like it was just scary? So you were scared of like the...
Basically, Riley and my dad were in this same, like... They looked exactly alike. My blanket above their face, like...
No way, your dad?
Yes, my dad it was the greatest thing ever.
That's funny.
Dude,
I didn't think your dad would.
It was great.
That's funny. That's so funny. I'm just still thinking about that. Like,
yeah, no.
Your dad curled up in a blanket.
Basically, we were just like, it was like pretty much the movie's over. And like the lady who was like possessed or whatever ended up like on the ceiling and then drops down behind him, and my dad flipped out. He like was like bouncing his leg, which he never does.
Did he yell?
He like jumps up, throws his blanket off, and like changes completely how he's sitting. It was so amazing.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, Kevin, what a funny guy. We had dinner with his parents tonight, and your dad, like, I'm saying this on the pod, he like amazes me each time we talk. I feel like since I got older,
I feel
like
you guys have...
he respects me. Like,
Yeah.
not that he didn't before, but like I feel like they're like the connection is like I don't know. I
there,
like it.
like more there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I said, you should like bring him on a podcast because he does have a lot.
I think it should.
Like he would be a really
that
good
was
person, especially
sweet.
for like more like not political views because both my parents hate politics.
Yeah.
But like,
I don't like him either.
But I mean, like just random like things. Like he had a lot to say about the phone thing.
Yeah, and I think that's what's really cool. I mean, that's what brought up today's topic too. Yeah. Because but I should have him on the podcast. Because he sat there and he was telling me, and it was cool because the thing is that my viewers and the people who normally watch this are usually my age or younger. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I mean, I really don't know my age group on YouTube. It doesn't tell you unless you look. So that didn't really help. I know. But so my point is that like it was cool for him to say that to me because he obviously watched.
Yeah, no, he watched,
and that was I respected his opinion.
It was really funny. My dad was like, "What are you watching?" Because I was watching it on my big TV.
Okay.
The flat screen.
Yeah.
Anyways, and so he's like, "What are you watching?" I'm like,
he's talking about episode 2, I believe, of my.
Yeah.
Are we too sensitive? That one.
Yeah. I was like watching. My dad was like walks in. He's like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "I'm watching Cade." And he's like, "Why?"
Why?
Why
would you watch him?
I'm like, "Oh, well, he started this like new podcast or whatever, and this one's about being too sensitive to like things." And he's like, "All right." And so he just comes in, like just standing up, kind of thing. Like he like wants to walk away for a second.
Yeah, but
he looks like he is, but he's like watching. He's like, "Can you pause this for a second?" And he goes in the other room, changes, and then comes back out, and he just sits down and watches it with me.
That's awesome. I'm glad he did that. I like it. And I'm just going to say this for the viewers and even you, because you texted me about it. But, like, I appreciate the feedback that I've got on this. Because this is one thing that I started doing. Mm-hmm. And I realized that I don't know why you guys like it. And I love doing it. But it's awesome that you guys like that. So thank you to everyone who watches that. And even you. Because you texted me and you're like, I watched the whole thing. Which, like, it seems like a dick thing to say, but it's not because...
I mean, your last podcast was 45 minutes long. Which is, I mean, that's a lot of time.
It was 40. Not 45. It's fine. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm just saying.
Okay.
But yeah, it is a lot of time to sit down and commit to that. And actually, this girl at my school, Autumn, she told me, she's like, you should put it on, like... just the audio, like on iTunes or something like that. And I'd love to do that, but I don't know.
Like
I don't know
that's
really how right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I do have the audio file and stuff like that, and so it's not that hard to do if I did it. But I like doing the video thing because, for me, video is like such an important thing, and I feel like it wouldn't be. I mean, I guess it's just as interesting as hearing it, but like I want people to see my guest.
Yeah,
and hear
them. Mm-hmm. Jason Nash and David Dobrik, like they have their podcast that they do, and I listen to that almost every week.
I love that podcast.
What is it called though? Like
Views.
Yeah, Views. Like
it's a good podcast because if you watch his vlogs and videos, he doesn't show a lot, and so when on these podcasts they talk about something that's happened behind the scenes, which is really cool to hear about because the thing is he puts a lot of time and effort in his videos. And for being 4 minutes and 20 seconds, I'll tell you one thing. If it's cutting down, like you may think it's...
cutting that much video down to 4 minutes and 20 seconds, that's impressive.
It is because
he's still making it super like... And the nice thing about that, though, is like kids nowadays have an attention span of a freaking ant.
I know, that's the problem. That was my problem. Keep going.
So, like, 4 minutes and 20 seconds, I feel like is perfect because you get all this content, all this, like, really funny content in, like, no time. And
that's, like, it's brilliant. And the thing is, he started out on Vine.
Yeah.
And so, for him...
Along with, like, all of his friends.
Yeah. And so, like, for him, it was 6 seconds.
Yeah.
You know? And elaborating until, like... You know, or not elaborating, it's not the right word, but like switching over to YouTube, I mean, 4 minutes and 20 seconds, yeah, it is. You're right. It's a perfect time, because, but yeah, when I started my vlogs and that I used to do, like, don't get me wrong, like, I love doing that, but it came to a point where, one, my life is not interesting enough right now, and if I went and did all this different stuff.
If you do what your sister's doing, like, right now, go sit in Spain. Like,
yeah.
That'd be sick.
Exactly.
That'd be a dope video.
I told her, I said, you should vlog some of that stuff because it's important. And my sister's in Spain right now. Hi, Claire. I don't think she's watching these, actually. She has, like, YouTube, or she has Wi-Fi, but she doesn't really use it. We barely talk. Anyways. But,
Okay.
I just started crying. It's fine. Anyways. What was I? Okay. Yeah, when I first started vlogging, I liked doing it, but it got to a point where I just couldn't even make them 10 minutes, which is, now that I think back, I'm like, why didn't I just not make them 10 minutes?
Yeah.
And make them 5 when I could have had the footage and stuff?
Yeah, and you'd still probably get just as many views.
Yeah, and even more maybe.
Yeah.
Because I looked, this is the saddest thing. I'm going to share this, and it's fine because it's my personal, like, thing. But when I produced all those vlogs and stuff, my average view time for 10 minutes was 2 minutes and 35 seconds. And that's sad because
that means the people who are watching it have that low of attention span or like can't,
and
like,
I don't blame them for watching it for not that long because I get it. 10 minutes it does take time. For me, I love YouTube. So sitting down for 40 minutes is nothing when I can watch all these different videos.
Yeah.
But I get it because
it's like one thing my dad always is like, how come you can spend all this time on YouTube and yet you don't do your homework kind of thing, But it's like
adults.
I'm literally
it's
watching.
Changed.
I'm like in my head. I'm like, I've watched like 3 videos.
I know time goes fast when you're on YouTube, and yeah, it does, no doubt. But yeah, so for me, it was just like, it was a sad thing, and I stopped them because I wasn't doing anything. And I was just trying, but I went hard for a while, like when I first started, which helped me. But I wish I would have started doing stuff. This is turning into my own problems video. But yeah, okay, let's switch topics. Let's go over to phones and kids these days, and that goes into attention spans too.
It does still. I mean, we spend so much time on our phones when we need to have a life, like, kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's not ignorant of us to say that.
Yeah. Because
it's not hypocritical either, but at the same time, it's like, I get it. Like, the thing is technology and everything's changing so fast.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, people and phones and stuff like that.
Like, iPhone came out with, I think 4 or 5 phones just in 2018?
Yeah, it was a lot.
Like, they came out with, and each one of them were, like, a huge jump.
It was an upgrade. Because what was it like?
We had the
I'll check,
8, then we had the 10, and then we had the 10S, 10XR, 10X, like all these other things. And honestly, like, I'm pretty sure I know the XR was like, it was kind of crazy. It wasn't like the Max, how like
the XR is the colored one.
Yeah,
right?
The colored one. It's just like the 5SE or the 5C.
Why'd they do that?
Honestly, I don't know. I feel like they probably should have thought they would sell more. But, I mean, yeah, I'm just kind of rambling on now.
No, you're good. I was just trying to figure it out, but I think you're right. I don't know what came out in 2018 because it's 2019 now.
Yeah.
So, and that was in January, and I don't know what was what. I think I'll just start off by saying this bold statement. I think that a lot of the times, like, children now, they're constantly around iPads, iPhones.
I mean, they make apps out there now just for people under the age of, like, 2?
Yeah.
I mean, like, people who are 2 or under.
It's crazy, and it's like, I get it. It's technology is evolving and all this different stuff, and we're moving forward. But for me, like, I don't think that our I'm trying to figure out a way to say this. I don't think that face-to-face conversation is going to go away.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, we email, we text, we do that stuff, but I just don't see it going away.
Yeah.
And so when I see, I just don't think, I think we're losing opportunities. I know I said this to you, but I think we're losing opportunities when we're sitting there on our phones. And when we pass in halls, like, don't pull out your phone just because you don't.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's just because you don't want to talk to me does not mean you have to literally
fake being on your phone.
Yeah, like I've literally watched somebody pull out their phone as I walked by them, and
oh yeah, people do it all the time.
Like they just look at it and they're like acting like, and I literally look back as I pass them, and they like put it right back in their pocket as soon as they pass me. And it's hilarious. It's like...
It's funny because it's just like people... I don't know. It's like the social skills. Yeah. And it doesn't make any sense because they don't even try.
Yeah.
But I think it's like the social skills are like going down, which is probably evidence on that.
There's definitely something out there that's... What did my dad say at dinner tonight? Like there was something... Or was it you? Like they did a test...
That's probably
with
dad
girls.
He talked about tests because I don't back anything I say with facts.
Okay, so like I think it was my dad. Then he said that they did this like test with
girls.
It was like a bunch of teenage girls where they took their phone away for like a week, and some of them
deleted
were like
apps.
literally or deleted like all their apps, and they like he said it was like some of them like were like completely fine with it because that they showed it showed that it was better for them.
Yeah.
And then others couldn't.
Do it. And I find that crazy. Like, I get it. Like, look, I do technology every day.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Think about it. Every class... No. I have English, history. So I have 4 classes out of my 6 classes of the day that are completely on the computer.
Yeah, I know. Things like that's like Chromebooks now.
I mean...
And people even
Don't get me
iPads.
wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's really nice because it's a very easy way to keep track of your assignments.
Yeah, it is. I do like the online system, Google Classroom. Yeah, I like that.
Because they have the little to-do list, and that shows me all the stuff I need to get done.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I'm going to switch it over to relationships again, but keep going on the phone thing. How do you feel like phones affect the relationship? Like, do you think it heightens it, or do you think it...
I feel like it's like back and forth again. Like there's always 2 sides to everything, but like it's like texting. So like you can have like when you're dating somebody, you text them obviously a lot.
Yeah.
But I found like I get more out of like just talking like to her over the phone than I do texting.
Ooh. Okay. Keep talking. So I want to bring up something.
Okay, no, that's fine. We're good.
Okay, so I'm done. No, well, I was gonna say, like, do you like text? Do you prefer texting over calling? Not just your girlfriend, but like friends.
Oh, okay.
Like
so
for
me, I prefer calling my girlfriend because we have long conversations, and texting.
Well, a lot of people do that. Yeah.
Really long time, but I mean, friends wise, I feel like I probably would rather text them just because. I mean, it's quicker, easier.
I get that. See, like for me, like it depends on the situation, but most of the time, I'd rather call you and say, "Hey, what are you up to?" than text "What's up?" Because I feel like if you get text,
you're not just my friend. You're my cousin.
No, like not you. I mean, like it's just in general. Like, I mean, like I do it to all my friends, and none of them answer because they don't want to talk on the phone. They'd rather text.
Yeah. No, at the same time of texting being quicker, it's also slower. Like
because
it's like way easier to just quickly text somebody, be like, "Hey, what you doing today?" and then like leave it, or you can literally call them and have an entire conversation in like 2 seconds.
Well, see, that's the part that I like is because you can get your point across. You can hear what they're saying, how they're saying it, and then also, dang it, I forgot, but it was like something good. It was something really good, but I forgot it. But it was, I just don't like. Because people forget. Like, if you text them, like, they can get that one notification and then get another one at 2 minutes, and then it's done. Or if you call them, like, I get it. I mean, but it rings longer than a text is what my point is. Yeah.
No, one thing that Riley did point out to me, though, is, like, the tone of your text can never, like, unless you're, like, emojis, that's, like, one way to, like, really show, like, how the tone is. But, like, I get like so much crap from her being like, why do you always sound pissed off when you text me? But it's like,
I know
it's
hard.
It's like I'm not pissed off at all. I'm just literally texting you.
Let me ask you this then. So like during texting and stuff, when do you text with periods? Like what's up? Period.
I never text with periods. Like unless like.
See, I don't either.
I'll
so
put,
now
like, question marks, exclamation points.
I do
like,
that too.
But periods are like.
Because now, if you do a period, I interpret as like we're done. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like period. And the thing is like adults and different people use periods, so I can't do that now.
It's hilarious to watch my mom text because every single sentence has a period.
Yeah. I know it's a different thing. Like my friend Grant, he texts K instead of OK, and he doesn't mean anything by it.
Yeah.
But like the people that I know and like hang out with are still like that's like a rude thing to do. And it's just funny because you can't ever tell. Like if he says K, like what does it matter in reality? But it is hard to read. It's so hard to read over text.
Okay, so I have a question about this though. So I mean, I'm not pointing you guys out because I know I do this a lot, especially to Riley. But I mean, where they send like a big text, and then you respond with like a short sentence or K.
Yeah.
So
see, like if you did like K, I see now if someone sends you a book and you send K, you're pushing the line. But if somebody texts you a book and you respond in like a sentence, I don't think it should be that thing because usually. Okay, wait, that's a good thing. Do you text book style or do you text boop, boop, boop?
Ooh,
Are you a
okay.
multi-texter?
I'm like, I do both, honestly, but it depends. Like,
I do too.
If I can, like, there's times where I'll, like, send text, I'm like, oh, wait, I forgot this part, and so I'll send another one, and another one, and another one. But at the same time, it's like, when I can actually get a point completely across, I'll send a book.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know. Well, see, some people don't like it because, well, it's not really no one calls me out on it, but it's like seemed like you're, what's the word I'm thinking of? Clingy.
Yeah.
If you even text a girl or a guy, whatever, it doesn't matter when you send like multiple text. And I hate that because I always do that because I think like in my head, I'm like, and then, you know, and then I always mess up, so I have to like send like the little thing. But so I don't know. I normally do that, but I also do books too. It depends on who I'm talking to. I think like in relationships, jealousy. It's kind of crazy.
It's definitely a big factor. Like
it is, and
you
it's
have to
not
have a lot of trust.
Yeah, and I also think like a little bit of jealousy is good because the people that don't get jealous, then like
you know that
girl
you don't
or guy
like them. You don't like them enough if you don't get jealous.
or they just read it wrong. You know, like they're just so like straight on committed for their relationships, but in reality, they don't. Okay, I'm gonna pause the podcast for a second. Here we go. What's going on, guys? Okay, sorry. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, so now we're back. We're going to jump straight back into it if we remember what we're talking about here. we could move completely subject. It doesn't even matter.
Probably doesn't matter anymore unless I was like mid-story, but it's all right. We'll just cut that.
Were you?
I think so. I don't even know.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Let's go to... I don't know. Let's just talk.
Oh, we were talking about how like jealousy is like good in a relationship.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Also bad.
Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, I think it's... I'll say this. I think it's good because it keeps the couple... Not too much, obviously, but I think it keeps the couple, like, alive and, like, they know who they're... because if like, let's say Riley's, like, jealous of you and she's, like, really, like, well, like, what if you talk to other girls? It shows that she cares about you.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, and so I think that's good, but I think it can be bad... Because if you have too much, like
too much of it is like
maybe her ex.
Too much of the good stuff is bad stuff.
Yeah. I don't know what that's from, but yeah.
That's from Karate Kid.
But yeah, so I that's my take. What's yours?
Okay, so well, I mean, like you said, there's a good amount of jealousy and there's also bad. Because, like you said, again, a good amount of jealousy is, like, where it just shows that you do care about the person. It shows, like, that you do care about the person. So. And, but, like, the bad part of it is, like, it pushes you further away. It puts, like, honestly, for me, it, like, puts things that aren't true, and I know it's not true, but, like, it puts those things in my head, and then really does make me think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, one of the things is, like...
mm-hmm. Sure, whatever you just said. God, that was funny. I just, like, totally didn't listen. What?
Cramp.
Oh. Oh, cramp. By the way, I mean, they just saw it, but I'm going to zoom in on your face. I did that. Oh, cramp. Okay, so what are the 5 most important things that you think... Whoa. What are the 5 most important things that you think you and Riley... Or of your relationship. Of a relationship that you would have.
Of a relationship, I think that the 5...
Don't look at my computer.
The 5 most important things, I feel like, is probably communication. Being... Definitely, that's probably number
I didn't
one.
even think about that. I mean, I did, but... So,
there's also, like, words of affirmation, which is, like, more just being, like...
Love language.
Yeah. Yes! Attaboy. And,
I bet that sounded good.
That probably did, yeah. Probably, like... Not like that, but, like, physical touch.
Yeah.
Like, hugging, those kind of things. Like, I feel like that's really good for a relationship, especially when it's, like, just starting off.
It's affection.
Yeah, there you go.
It's affection.
How
many you have? I don't even know.
Being honest with each other.
Yeah.
That's 4. Wait, that's kind of communication. No.
No.
But...
I mean, it is. It's a category.
It's a category. And and the best part, can't think of 5, so having a good relationship with their parents. Because if they like you...
That's actually true.
If they like you...
Family.
Yes.
Family's very important when it comes to choosing the ones that you love.
Mm-hmm.
Because...
Okay, so honestly, quickly take this back. Just because, I am this way. One thing that I always tell my friends, like, especially this one girl who goes to my youth group, she hasn't been going often lately. Mm. And I don't know what's going on in her life or whatever, but, like, one thing I did tell her is that a lot of problems in my life, at least, or people who I know who do go to youth group, a lot of their problems have been fixed with God. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like building a relationship around something that you believe, so me, God, building me and Riley's relationship around that has been really healthy for both of us.
And it helps.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like you were saying, but I think it really helps because it just does. Because you guys share alike interests. Mm-hmm. And that also helps with your family. Mm-hmm. Because like you said, I think you said this earlier in the podcast, if not here now, your families are very alike.
Yeah.
The situation's very alike, which also draws major things, into each other.
Yeah.
I'll tell you my 5 most important things.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Self-love. In order to love another person...
You need to be able to love yourself. Yeah, no. I completely understand this one because one thing that I have, like, talked to some friends about, so one of my friends who actually goes to school with me, he went to camp, and I didn't even know he was going to camp because he goes to a different church than me. Anyways, we ended up...
Oh, they interlude him?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they do.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so I didn't even...
I mean, not that it's bad, I was just surprised.
But, like, I didn't even know he goes to this other church I happened to be there. And so I was like, oh, that's kind of dope. And so the night that we prayed with our leaders or whatever, like we do every year, I ended up getting to go and talk to him and everything, and we talked about relationships with our parents, and specifically one of our parents. And one of the things I told him that in order for me to forgive that person, I need to be able to forgive myself for the things that I have done. And that's kind of like the self-love.
No, like, that's very good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, wow, you blew my mind with that. No, seriously, like, that's actually very true. And if you can't
Because, I mean, think about it. Like, if you've done something in the past, like truly, like, not okay, like, and that affected somebody else, how does that person supposed to, or how you're supposed to forgive the person for, like, whatever they did? I don't even know. If you haven't forgiven yourself for the bad thing.
What do you think, what do those consequences bring to you later on in life?
Honestly, I feel like it doesn't, it just brings more, like, I feel like it doesn't bring a consequence. It just brings back the really shitty memories kind of thing. Like,
okay.
Like, you're, like, you do something in your past, like, that's not okay, and you kind of, like, move on from it, but then you, like, are in your later life, and you think about it, and you're like, dude, that's screwed up. Why the hell did I do that?
Yeah, I mean, that happens to a lot of people, in their life. But, yeah, okay. All right. Now, the second one is trust, Mickiah. And, this may seem obvious, but some people, with partners they don't trust. That actually reminds me, too, of abusive relationships. Not to get into that. But,
the thing is there's actually, like, different, like, abusive relationship is, like, not how everybody thinks about it sometimes, though.
Like a
it's, like,
term,
it's not, like, abusive. It can also be, like, mentally abusive, verbally abusive.
Yep.
So...
And I think it all I mean, not to, like, disclaim what you were saying, but it all fits in the same thing. But I agree with that. It is there's different types of things, and I think it's really bad. But oftentimes the reason people can't get out of them is because whatever happens verbally, mentally, physically.
Okay, one thing that I do find out, like, a lot happens in high school, though, is, like, people will say, like, really messed up, like so, Cade, you're super fat, and, like, another person will, like, joke around about it. No, like, they joke.
Are you kidding? No,
no, but they, like, joke around about it, but, like, not at the same time. Like, they tell you that kind of thing, and then another person tells you that, and eventually that just sticks, and it makes you
start believing it. Yeah. And that happens with rumors, and obviously, I mean, that goes in with that. But what I was saying, is that these people, women or men, can both get into them, and they don't leave because oftentimes that person comes back, or just, like, left and then comes back for a second, and says, like, I didn't mean to do that, like, this is the last time, or, like, and it just cycle. Yeah. It's a cycle, and they're stuck into it. And for at least my mind, and probably theirs and yours, it's like, why would you even stay? But once you're in that situation, you can't really ask that question until something like that happens to you.
Or until somebody literally, like, throws you a wake-up call, be like, hey, you need to stop.
And that's really hard, too, because I've seen that, I mean, this is all my experience on movies, but I've seen that on movies, too, like, where they step in and try to stop. And, I mean, definitely do that, but it's not as effective as, because everyone has to learn.
I just missed my mouth.
But I'm zooming in on that too. It's just like a fucking montage of you just missing here. Just stuff that's happening to you. Anyways, yeah. Okay. Honesty.
Yeah.
The third. But you covered that.
I kind of said honesty, though.
And I agree with that. And communication. You did that one. Now, this one you didn't do, bud. The fifth one.
Oh, no. That means I messed up.
Connection. But you kind of did that with a, like...
No, I didn't.
I forgot the word.
Didn't cover that.
Well, you didn't, but I think... I mean, what makes... I saw this thing, not to get sappy, but I saw this thing and it said, you can tell somebody you love them because of this, because of this, doesn't matter, but it's not truly why. It's just the feeling. And, like, wow, everyone's like, okay. No. But it's like, I think it's like the feeling, I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, I could look it up more, but I'm not going to do that. Because I don't like providing information for them.
Yeah, this is not that kind of channel.
No. All the stuff that I say is not backed up. I really would like that, but I'm just not.
Sick, but, like, at the same time, we're having it's like...
It's a lot of knowledge to know. And, and I don't want to, like, spend the time.
We can't get that smart.
Yeah. I want to stay dumb at least a little bit, or they think I'm dumb, and then surprise them.
Why do they watch Logan Paul? Boom.
Podcast beef. That's it. That's what Ben was saying last episode too. He was like, "There's a lot of podcast beef." Like, oh yeah, it's a joke, but that's my.
Okay, so like one thing, going back to the whole phone call thing versus texting, like me and Riley will have like a conversation over text, like all day kind of thing, but it's like one conversation, and then
How do you do that all day? Keep talking, it's fine.
like between classes, during classes.
Oh no, I know, but I meant like what? What are you talking about the whole day?
Well, no,
Like one conversation. I knew what you meant. I just wanted to dig it more.
Oh, okay. We're
Keep
not
talking.
We're not gonna go into that.
No.
No, but like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with what you were saying. Yeah.
No. Okay, so but at the same
Go back
time
to the
we
phone.
have.
Go back to the phone.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
yeah,
was trying
no. But at the same time, we had a conversation like the other night that would have taken us like 2 days, kind of thing. But
Okay.
we just literally sat on the phone on accident. We didn't even know we were on the phone for that long.
What's with okay? Now I don't mean anything by this to you or anybody, because I'll find myself in the same situation in life probably at the at one point, and I've done this before. But what's with the long conversations at night? Okay, and then also I get it. You're talking. That's fine. That's really good. Falling asleep on the phone though,
Okay, I don't understand how you can do that because.
and even FaceTiming.
How do you fall asleep FaceTiming?
I mean, I think they just like set him down. Like I've done it because I don't want to talk and I'm tired. And
Okay, what I've done though, like
to my ex-girlfriend.
Ooh, no,
Yeah.
like I understand. Like sometimes, like if I know I'm really tired, especially like when I'm in the car or something.
But could you say that and Riley would be like, okay,
what?
not
That
to,
I'm
like,
tired.
Dish, but
That I'm like tired.
yeah, like sorry, I don't want to talk
no.
tonight.
Yes and no.
Yeah,
If that makes sense. Like if,
It does.
If she's,
It does.
Like if she's having like a bad day, it's like
You kind of have to.
kind of have to.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, if you think about it this way, like, I could talk to her, have that conversation for like 30 minutes or something, or however long it takes, or I can wait till tomorrow and then have it be a 45-minute conversation because I decided, hey, I don't really want to talk tonight, and it could have been a bad situation.
Yeah, but I just don't understand why you'd stay on the phone and fall asleep together. I mean, that's what love does, but but I just don't understand how you could do that. Like, what's the like, dude? I plugged my phone in. I gotta go to bed. Like, I don't know. I'm just different, though. I think, in many senses. Either that, or I just haven't found the right girl to make me stay up. What?
That was really weird.
Oh, because I just went like this. Sorry, I like to look at my powers. I just have so much in the palm of my hands. Mickiah! Sorry.
Yeah, no, I agree with that though. But like when I'm
just
like
don't
really
understand.
tired, I just have my phone on speakerphone, and it kind of keeps me awake
Yeah.
to a point. And then once I figure out, hey, I didn't hear you the last 5 minutes that you were talking. That's when you know.
But
like,
then it's just like, what's the what? I mean,
I know, but
if
that's
you
like- that's when
weren't
you just
tired
hang
and then
up.
you became tired,
or what you do.
But-
I've actually done this before. I'm sorry, Riley. I've done this
you like make a recording. Uh-huh.
before. No.
Yep. I'm sorry.
I
That sucks.
I hang up with my nose. And then I fall asleep. And then the next morning, she's like, hey, how come you just hung up on me? Like, oh, I'm sorry. I, like, literally fell asleep.
Riley, I don't know if you're watching this, but if you are, yikes. You're in
Yikes.
trouble now. I'm keeping that in.
That's fine.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, but it's like, oh, no. Like,
I've actually done that too.
Yeah.
With my, I used to do that too. I'd like hang up. Or like
I
I'd
hang up on
snore.
purpose. Yeah.
Which
hang
I
up.
don't snore.
Yeah.
That I know of anyways. But like I'd snore and then, but sometimes she'd stay on. I'm like I just need to go. Anyways, I just don't see the point. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I guess
If you're not gonna have a conversation between the two of you guys, why are you guys talking?
Yeah. Yeah. Valid point.
One of the things that we did do at camp is we had this breakout.
Okay.
And the breakout was where they like
Ebola virus?
Huh?
Like an Ebola virus?
No.
Oh.
No. We have 3 different. we
At a church camp. That would be so bad.
No, we had 3 different pastors from the 3 different churches.
Okay.
And they split up into 3 different rooms or whatever. We had the cafeteria. We had the chapel, and then we had the Someone we had like something else. I think it was the cabins or something like that.
Okay.
Anyways, and so
where was camp?
It's over in Silver Lake, which is over in Washington.
Okay.
Anyways, and so
I keep having a yawn, and I feel bad because I'm not like I'm not interested, but no, see,
yeah, no, it's contagious. No, it's all right. But we were like going through all the topics, and I'm like, no, I'm good. And then the second one was like, that actually might be good for me, kind of thing. And then the third one was relationships. And I look at Riley, and she looks at me, and I'm like, well.
Well, guess what we're doing?
I know which one I'm staying at. And so we ended up going to that one. And it just basically covered, like, the point of view of...
That's really cool that they did that.
Yeah, no. But it kind of covered, like, the point of view of... like how teenagers see relationships nowadays compared to like what it should be seen as, and how we could think of the relationships different. So like obviously like teenagers nowadays, like if you're in a relationship, you guys have to kiss, you guys have to like make out, then you have to do other things.
Yeah.
And like that's not how it's meant to be, kind of thing. It's supposed to be like slower or like on your own terms, kind of thing. And I'm not saying it isn't, but like,
all right, dog. Oh, that was funny. I was gonna.
No, anyways,
keep talking.
And so, but like they did cover like so instead of having like a dating relationship, having like a friendship dating relationship. So you're keeping what you guys had before, but you're in a relationship. Instead of
that's good.
Like thinking of it as that.
You know, that's actually true. Mm-hmm. But this goes into the conversation that I have with Natasha too. But
yeah.
That type of deal, and I feel like if you guys become such close friends, I think it's obviously either the girls or the guys' decision on basic or.
It's definitely the girls. Because I can tell you,
I think that too, but I just didn't want to subject that. You know,
no. It's definitely girls because like every guy, when you become really good friends with a girl, you're like, I really like them. Kind of thing.
Cool, yeah, because you're like, and you know everything.
Like
already.
Obviously, not every time it's like, hey, I want to date this girl, but like, it's a good amount of time, and so it's like, it's definitely the girls either deciding, hey, I do want to make this thing, or hey, let's just friend zone him now instead of having it go too far, kind of thing. Where then but they're just leading you on.
I think the reason that they friend zone them is because
they don't want to ruin the relationship that they have.
Yeah, but that sucks because it's like it doesn't. I mean, it's never really happened to me, but that sucks because. It happened to me. With Riley. What?
It happened with me with Riley.
You guys are dating.
Yeah, I know, but like prior.
Oh, okay.
Like it was.
Well, I don't care about that. But what?
Okay.
No, I was just joking. But no, I'm saying like.
It's alright. You were.
It sucks because It sucks because you can't. They shouldn't base it. I think it's just because the girl's point of view is like either she doesn't find him attractive anymore.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense because I feel like the more you open up to somebody, the more they're going to accept you. Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully anyways. And then, if you guys are like best friends, you guys are basically like dating and have been. So I think it's just the girl deciding if he's hot enough. Whatever, I don't know. I didn't know how to like base it off of that. Because I couldn't think.
Yeah.
What's up, dude? How you doing? You doing good?
Yeah, no, I'm good. No, but back to the friend zone thing real quick, though. But, like, so, at first, me and Riley, we were really good friends. Mm-hmm. We've always been really, really good friends. And one thing that happened is, obviously, when she started dating somebody else, it was like a punch in the gut. And she came up to me, or she was I was, like, sitting next to her, and she's like, yeah, Mickiah's like my brother. I'm like,
oh, God. But I don't want to date my brother.
But I was like,
what's up, sis? And then you ruined their dreams.
Ooh, okay, no.
No, like,
what?
I wasn't talking about that, dude. I was talking about, like, what's up, sis? Don't even start with that. Don't even start with that. People are going to know what that is. No, I was talking about how, like, you, No, I was talking about how, like, you say she called you brother, you call her sis. Like, what's up, sis?
Mm-hmm.
Because then he crushed their dreams. But no, it went south. So just whatever, dude.
No, but she said that, and I was like,
stepbrother. What?
Dude.
Oh,
I can't do this.
that's funny.
No, but yeah, she said that, and I was just like a punch in the gut, like I said. And I mean, yeah, it really was a bunch of good. But like one thing that we did like pretty much say, the only reason why it did take us so long, once we decided, hey, we do want to be a thing. Mm-hmm. One thing that like took us really like a long time for us to like actually become something, is because we wanted to set it so like we're not, if we do what?
I was just clearing my throat, dude. It sounded weird, but I was just clearing my throat.
No, one thing that we did, like, we said, like, if we do ever, like, decide, hey, we don't want to be holy cow.
I'm just laughing. Oh, God. This is so funny. Cardi, keep going, dude. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's all right. So, like, one thing we did say is, though, dude, I can't.
It's not you. It's me. Like, I'm talking.
It is me.
Like, whoa. No, sorry. I didn't do anything. No, I just thought it was. I just keep laughing about. Oh, God. What were you saying? The podcast is just us laughing.
Okay, so really quickly, just don't laugh. I'm gonna get this out, and then we're gonna be done. Okay?
Yeah, go. Just look away.
It looks so weird on the camera.
You're the first guest to leave. You're the first guest to leave. Okay, anyways. Dude, I didn't even realize that. I don't even think. Did they know you're my cousin?
I think so.
Nah,
Unless you guys didn't watch the vlogs, because you guys.
Or I didn't say in the beginning.
I don't think you did. It's all right. I guess I'm not that important. Anyways,
hey man, keep talking.
No, okay. So one thing that we did set like right at the beginning, which took us a while to get there. Oh my God, Cade! I swear to God, it. No, I'm not. I can't do this.
Keep going.
Do you need water? Is this why you're laughing? It's because you don't have water?
I'm empty again, dude. And I just filled up. No, I'm good. I just like blow snot in your water. Oh, dude. We hit an hour.
Yeah,
okay? That's why I'm like, I don't even care, but I'm just.
I know, but
I'm
this is going to get cut down to like a.
Because it's like, it's 9:51.
Yeah, I know, but the thing, and I have a curfew at midnight, so we're Gucci.
What the hell was that, dude? What was that?
Dude,
something's going on.
You know what's going to happen? Is we're going to keep trying to get to my end of my point, and it's going to be midnight. We haven't said anything.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's just going to be laughing the whole time. Oh, God.
Bloopers.
Yep. Wait, so, okay, go back to whatever it was. I don't even remember what you were talking about.
Okay, so me and Riley took a really long time to become, like, something because we wanted to set, like, a point.
Yes, keep going. I'm sorry, dude. I can't control it right now. Like, honestly, I can't do this. So
my guy is
it's
on
so
weed.
hard. Yeah.
You were on the weed.
I'm on something, dude. And don't pay attention to that. Dude.
Why are your eyes so red, Cade?
Dude, don't. All right. Mickiah's going to continue the podcast for a second here.
Oh, wait, something's happening to the camera.
Not again? Are you kidding me? I think that means we have to end it.
Okay, just really quickly. Okay, so Cade left the podcast, because he doesn't love me. Okay.
What does that look like?
Just really weird.
I'm like a Bonnie Robert.
Right, so I'm
more Bonnie Robert. Sorry, keep going.
Okay, we're going to get this out.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're not going to laugh. Okay, and then we're ending the podcast, okay?
All right. What was that?
Nothing. Get off your phone, Cade.
I'm on my watch, dude.
Okay, so I'm going to get this out. Okay?
Yeah, get out.
Okay, so me and Riley had, talked about this.
Holy can't look at you. I honestly
Just
can't.
look at the camera.
I will.
Just look at the camera.
You're my number one now. All right, go.
Okay, so.
This is pointless, dude. Mickiah, thank you for being on today's podcast. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, though. Like, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, I'm glad, and that you loosened up, compared to when you first started.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, okay, whatever, dude. Anyways, please, I hope you guys enjoyed Timeless, and drop a like down below. Share it with your friends if you enjoyed. Share it with your grandma. Your robot, her name is Salsa. I know, I just figured that out.
Really?
Yeah. So if you share it with Salsa.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, have you seen that one thing on TikTok?
Dude, get off of here.
Okay, fine.
So, you know what? Share it with Salsa, share it with Gmas, share it with anybody you really want to. I'm sick of naming names. This is Timeless. Another episode. See you next Tuesday. We will, let's just roll out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
All the boys roll out. I know. I didn't like doing that at all. Let's cheers to end this one. Not hard. Don't break my cup, please.
We're not doing that?
What?
We're not doing that? We're not going to break them?
No.
Not this time?
Not this time.
Okay.
We'll get breakaways next time. No, not a... All right. See you guys. Look at the camera. See you guys next time. That's the outro music, baby.
You just need to up to me. I can show you my world. We can